Okay, I was going through a bunch of the NASA pictures and I came across a block of pictures that seemed to be just focused on chemtrails and I don't know how else to describe it except just some kind of big cloud making factories. So if you look at this picture, at first glance it looks like clouds over the ocean, and then you look and you see rivers. You know, there's no rivers in the ocean. And it's not just, it's the fact that they seem to be focusing on these pictures. That's the ground underneath there. So up here, between the camera and the clouds, it's nice and clear. Between the clouds and the ground is a blue sky. It's not blue sky between the camera and these clouds, okay? And this camera is supposedly in outer freaking space. The blue sky is completely underneath these clouds, these low big clouds that are coming from this cloud generating machinery. Here. These, whatever these things are, and you can see chemtrails here, a couple. It won't let me change the order of these pictures. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, these things. It's a combination of whatever all this chemi stuff is, and these machines. That basically make just a haze. It makes this look like you're looking at the ocean, and you're actually looking at the ground. And if you're on the ground, you're looking up and you think you see a nice, clean, clear blue sky today. Hey, I don't see any chemtrails. You see nothing but chemtrail. And all the stuff that comes from these machines. This stuff. This is an afterthought. That's a subject for a different video. But I'm just saying this is a curved lens. Aside from that, this is all chemtrail that dissipates and turns into what looks like cloud cover. All these pictures, it looks like you're looking at clouds over the ocean. But it's not the ocean. It's whatever is on the ground that either they don't want seen from above, or a place on the ground that they don't want people there to be able to see something in the air. I don't know. If you look at this, all this stuff, it's coming from one spot and then it just spreads. And if you look in its wake, immediately in its wake, you can't see the ground. The further you get from it, the more you sort of can. When you look in its wake, it's like they're doing this on purpose, and they're coming to take pictures of it. Because this whole block of pictures seem to be focused on all this stuff. And when you look at this picture, you'd get the idea, holy crap, this is covering the entire globe, or like a big chunk of the globe. But this isn't the globe, and this isn't a big chunk of it. This is some little place that you're seeing through the edge of a wide-angle lens. but you've got these cloud factory things. And when I first saw the pictures, I didn't notice anything out of whack. I was going around these pictures and purposely not downloading them because I didn't see anything really relevant. But this is the same, like, cloud factories, and this is, I don't know if it's chemtrail mixed with it. I mean, probably. I haven't really looked at these pictures enough. But where is this? This could be anywhere. All this, I mean, you look at the picture and it looks like it's going to be some far away place or something. But then when you see these aerial views with the ground just hidden underneath fake blue sky, this could be anywhere. This could be right above your head. I see the chemtrails all the time. And we're going to get to those pictures when I find them. This is all chemtrail-y stuff. There's a little bit. Here we go. This is all heavy chemtrailing. You look up here. I mean, it covers almost the whole picture, and this is the focus of the picture. If it wasn't a real issue, why would they go out of their way to take this big block of pictures detailing it and detailing its effects? Because they probably jerk off to these over their handiwork at whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish. You can't tell me these are contrails and that it's a fucking coincidence that there's always like this pattern to it. Why does it hide the ground? I mean, that's the thing. Are they hiding the ground from something above? Is it national security? Is it some threat? They don't want someone to be able to target places on the ground? I doubt it. Because they have a reputation. All this. Chemtrailing. This is I mean, when you go outside and you're like, well, it's just overcast. I don't even see anything. I don't see any chemtrailing. They're still doing it. When you go outside and you see a nice clear blue sky and you see that plane disappear into the blue, the chemtrailing plane, it's a nice blue sky, one chem streak, and you see the plane disappear into the blue. It's like, is it a hologram? No. He's flying into lit up chem. And above it, there's more of this. You just can't see it. You see nice, clear sky on a clear blue day. They're always doing this. I take pictures. Look at this. This is insane. I mean, this is all nice, uniformed, organized, planned chemtrailing. And then you have one of these cloud generation plants. Whatever this is. All this is just, and people will say, oh, that's just a conspiracy theory. They're not chemtrailing. I watched Joe Rogan on the Joe Rogan whatever, when, you know, oh, Joe Rogan's a stand-up guy. He's a fucking joke too. To actually stand up there and say, oh, that's just contrails. Joe Rogan. So, more of this. And you'll see these when, you'll see them before they're exposed to whatever the chem shit is. And it'll look like just clouds coming up over an ocean. Except that it's not the freaking ocean. Okay, hang on. Yeah, it almost looked... Yeah, they did. This didn't just go away from the camera like in orbit. This is a bank. Whatever's taking this shot is banking to the left to keep this in camera view. That's not a spaceship. That's a fucking spy plane. All this shit is all this footage and all these pictures are taken from spy planes. It's banking around this because they're focusing on whatever all of this is. All these things, this cloud generation, whatever they're trying to do here. I don't know what their goal is, but they are doing something. To say that they're not doing this and to deny it is retarded. I mean, you're either stupid enough to believe that, or you're purposely lying about it. I mean, you look at blatant evidence and lie about it. Like a few unnamed people. This is, look at this is coming from one spot. It's going up into the air and blowing. Look at this. And it's this odd colored, dirty colored cloud, and then these other clouds. And I'll show you this from another view. These same cloud machines with the dirty one and then your clean stuff, or cleaner looking stuff around it. There's more. But they are focusing on taking the pictures of it. It must be of some importance. I mean, if that's not a cloud making machine, like some kind of a stack, like a steam or whatever, and then they hit it with this chem. But it's like their aim is to keep you from seeing the sky. I mean, that's the only thing I can figure. Everybody is saying that, okay, well, it rains down spider webs or is microscopic fibers and all that. It could be. I don't know. I haven't seen anything that proves that to me. But this proves to me that whatever they're putting in the air is covering, like it's hiding the ground. This is on a roll of images, like one string of images from ISS Mission 31, whatever that means, or ISS 031. And when you get closer to zero, like in the 10,000s, you can see the ground pretty clearly, and it seems to be the same places that they focus on. All these pictures are in one block, closer to 100,000, which is, I mean, it's like they're looking at their progress. But they're focusing on this, and this is where this cloud stuff is coming from. And when you see it from the side, you see how high this reaches up, and when you see it from further back, you see how far it reaches out. What are they? I mean, I don't know exactly what they're doing. And when they start spraying the chemtrails, you only see it for so long, then it disappears. Here's a good example. You can see the ground. You can see some detail in the ground, in these areas, right in the wake of this chem orgy. In the wake of it, it looks like the ocean. And you can see this stuff disappearing into the wake of this chem. That's where the ground disappears. If you're standing on the ground right here, you can't see past where these clouds are at, looking up. And when I'm looking down from this camera's view, I can see clearly all the way to these clouds. And then from the clouds to the ground is all what they perceive as clear blue sky. But it's not clear blue. They can't even see up to these clouds. They believe they're seeing clear blue. If there was chemtrail being sprayed up here where the camera's at, they wouldn't see it. This is that same wake. And then your nice uniformed layers of whatever it is. Whatever they're doing. I don't know what this is, but there were a lot of pictures focused on it, so maybe it's important. Whatever that is. They've got pictures of this. Okay, here we go. It's this shoreline. I think it's, I don't know. I don't think NASA has anything to do with space, and I think it has everything to do with spying, aerial spying. And just looking at their handiwork with this. I don't know what that is, but it looks way out of place. It seems to sort of be the focus of the picture. But then you look, okay, it's moving on. Now there's a whole slew of this different looking stuff, and you got more of this cloud stuff. I don't know what this guy is, but he's in the next picture too. Wish I had some better order to these pictures. But yeah, it's like they're focused on whatever this cloud stuff is. More of the chemtrail. That's more chemming, but that's what all this is. I mean, people who try to deny this shit, no matter what you show, what they're looking at, that will still try to deny it, are gonna say, "Oh, okay, well that looks like it, but not all this." What? Yeah, well, I'm sorry, it is. I don't have to see every single cloud come out of a plane. You can show these people 15 pictures. You could show proof that 14 of these things are a certain thing. And they'll say, "Well, yeah, but she didn't prove it on the 15th picture. I didn't see a plane in the 15th picture." Yeah, well, to hell with that. They're focusing on all this. And all, whatever the oddness is, whatever they're doing. So, I actually didn't realize that this was already this long. But yeah, I noticed it. I was putting a slideshow together of all this, because when you watch this stuff roll out, like when you actually watch it and you track it, you can see that, well, yeah, I took these out of order, but I'll put more pictures up as I come across them. I'm sure I'll come across plenty, because they put it all together. But I was trying to find the, yeah, this is your same cloud factory thing before everything around it is overcast, white looking. This is when it still has the illusion of being a blue sky. When if you're on the ground down there, you look up and you think you're seeing a blue sky. When people, it's the same thing when the people are seeing the shadow of the cloud, and they're like, they see it looks like a shadow out past the cloud, which would make it seem like there's a light source underneath the cloud, shining the cloud shadow up on the sky. That's because you think that that's the sky further out. No, that blue sky you're seeing is closer to you than the cloud. At least the lit up part is. If you're here in the shadow, you might be able to see further up. But whatever they're spraying in the air, either the microscopic particles are blue, or the light that diffuses through them, like it scatters. The light waves scatter and you get blue, like in water. But what I'm saying is that they're concentrating it, and they're doing it so that when this stuff hits the light, or when the light hits it, I mean, you cannot see. I don't have any idea what the exact visibility is, but I'm gonna go through and find more of these pictures that are over this same sort of spot. See, this is an island. This is land. This is land. But if you're not really straining to look for it, you see clouds and you see blue. You don't see that there's land down there. So that's all I got right now. I'll find pictures where you can, if I can identify the same little island, I'll find them early in the roll and then later in the roll. But you have to find these pictures, you have to go through them one at a time, and I've seriously downloaded about 30,000 pictures now, one at a time, typing the individual, changing the last number, and then hitting enter, and then saving the picture, and then going to the next one. So I'm screening through this thing one at a time, and it's taking days. But this is a block of basically just chemtrailing and cloud manufacturing all together. Yeah, this is the same spots before it gets white around it. It looks blue. It looks like something out in the middle of the ocean. If you don't know that there's land underneath there, if you don't know that that's a river right there, then you look at that and you think that this is clouds over the ocean. And if you were down on the ocean, you'd look up and you'd see a nice blue sky, and you would. But it's not real. And I don't know how in the hell would you even know how long it's been like this? So yeah, I'll post more as I find it, but that's what I got for now on the chemtrails from above.